sticking out there. Bring them in with you then. I just want to stick them over there. Welcome to Binghamton University. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I'm Joanne Boys, I'm the personnel manager here. Do you want to have a seat over here?
Yeah.
Did you have a good journey to get here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I believe you've been asked to prepare a presentation.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, the facilities we'd booked weren't available, so we're just going to ask you to do your presentation on our small screen. So we'll do that first, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Have you got a USB stick or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's set that up then. Okay. You okay finding it on there yourself? It's up to you, you can sit down, you can stand up, whatever you prefer.
My name's Sam Atkinson. I'm here for the assistant coaching job at Brigham University. I think you'd find there's a variety of skills that I can offer to the coaching job, such as I'm a very organised person and I have great time management. I've had lots of work at university and college that have all had time management plus my volunteering as a coach. I've had to manage all that. I'm very IT literate. I know how to use email. Done most of my work at university and college on the computer, so I'm very aware of that. I've coached many groups. I know how to work in a group of a variety of different levels, from young to the older age, so I'm aware how to teach different levels. I have strong knowledge of the game, so I have strong knowledge of basketball, and I feel like I can share that knowledge with others very well. As you can see, I've got up to a level 3 badge in the UK in coaching, a level 2 badge in refereeing, and I have much previous experience with coaching under-14s boys back in Oldham. I took them to the playoffs and the last 8 in the country. I coached Manchester, that was a higher level, as I said before, a different level. I took them to the final 4s, and again men's, that's at even higher level, Division 2. They were only 2nd in the division we finished in, but I had a chance to assist there. Again, I also played at Duke University and got to the final 4s, and have much experience with a high level coach there. Hope he shared his experience along with me. My approach to coaching, I would say, I believe in fairness and respect. When I say that, I mean, I believe that people should be treated as equal, have an equal opportunity to, in game time, in training sessions, show them what they can do. I believe if I treat them with respect, they should treat me with respect as well. I also believe, as in player and coaches should enjoy what they're doing, should enjoy playing, should enjoy coaching. I believe in self and player discipline. When I say that, I mean being organised, having a good structure to how we play, well organised drills, and know what we're doing. I believe that as well leads to success, the next point that I've put on there, which is very important in my eyes, because that links into we're making progress at the end of the day. I think what makes me different from other candidates for this job is I've got a lot of experience for a young coach at different age groups, which I've already said. I have great all-around knowledge of the game as a player, referee and coach, so I've seen it from all aspects of the game. As a young coach, I see this as more an advantage then disadvantage to the older coaches. Whereas I know today's game a lot better than they do from recently playing, and not someone who's not played for 20 years, who's just started coaching. As well, I've just put again, I believe in good team organisation and discipline. That's the end of my PowerPoint.
Okay, great. Just have a seat while I write a few things down.
Okay.
Right. So I've got a series of questions to ask you. Now, in answering these questions, you might repeat things you've already told me about in your presentation. That's absolutely fine. Okay. So, first of all then, why have you applied for this job as basketball coach?
I applied for this job because I feel like it's to push myself to that next level. I feel like this is a big step in my career, and will one day maybe I could build on this job and get higher up.
So you're planning to come to us and then leave us?
No, I'm planning to, as the placements assistant, maybe one day be the head coach to show you that how good I am as a coach.
Right.
And to obviously help your team out as well. I believe that you could have some good success if I was there.
Okay. So, what personal qualities do you feel enable you to be a success if we gave you the job as basketball coach?
So what would be a bad quality of mine?
What do you think will help you to be good at this job?
Help it. As I've just said, organisation, IT literate, very disciplined players.
So give me some examples then of how you know you're organised.
Organised, as I've already said, work, university work, sorting out training session plans, plays.
And then you mentioned a lot about your IT. What about discipline? How do you know you can apply discipline?
Discipline. I know I can apply discipline by if no one's listened to me or I've not got a player's attention, using something that they don't like or a negative reinforcement. So I would give them sprints, laps. Maybe they can't play the next game if they don't do something like that.
So you've got lots of clear strategies
Yeah.
there. So, what do you think you've done already that's really prepared you for this particular job? What experiences are most relevant?
Well, as I've already said, I have had experience coaching men's, and I think this is very relevant to this job. Maybe it's not the same standard, but I at least think I've had much experience in this type of work and know how to handle and everything.
Anything else?
Do you know any training times? How many times a week do we train? Sorry, did you say, is there any more points I can put across?
Anything else you want to tell me about your experience?
Right, experience. just as I've said in the PowerPoint, I've had different age levels. I find that it's a different style of coaching you've got to put across to them.
Okay, so tell me more about that then.
Well, from the younger age groups, it requires more on the basics of the game, and then as you progress and get older, you know, it's more going into technical stuff.
Okay, great. So, this could be a question related to basketball or anything else. So, when have you had to deal with a pressured situation?
Pressure.
What was it, and how did you deal with it? So, something when you're really under pressure.
Well, it was a close game, and one of my players got injured. He was a good player. I had to take him off, and I had to have. We were down to only 7 players at that point. There's only 5 players allowed on court, so I had to constantly rotate my substitutes in order to make sure that we were at full stamina and won this game.
So you're making the best of a bad situation. Okay. So we're halfway through the questions now. So, again, this could be about college, uni, coaching, anything. So when has something that you were doing gone wrong, and how did you deal with it?
Again, I'd say that the example I just give was kind of the same, but yeah, when obviously my player got injured, and I had to make a constant substitution because we didn't have that what we needed on court. I had to also change my tactics, the way I put my cross, because we didn't have his talent on court to win that game, so I had to change it up in order to win.
Okay. So, what would you say is your biggest weakness, and what are you doing about it?
My biggest weakness, as most coaches, I tend to want everything perfect. I tend to want all my drills run, all the game to perfection, but I think I've slowly got to realise that it's not all going to be perfect every time, and I think sometimes that's a weakness for me.
So say if you were coaching a training session where everything was going wrong, how would you go with that? Nothing was perfect or near perfect, how would you go?
I cope with that. Well, as I said, if I don't like something that's going wrong, it's obviously because the players aren't disciplined enough, or it's me, I'm not teaching them properly. So I'd go research different ways I can teach them whatever it was, a skill maybe, and see if that was any better the next time.
Okay, good answer. So, as you know, we're interviewing a lot of people for this post. So, what do you feel you would do differently to others to be successful here? What makes you stand out compared to other candidates?
As I've already said in the PowerPoint, I think me being a young coach is an advantage, as in knowing today's game a lot more than knowledge. Also, with my referee badges as well as my coaching badges, I have a better all-round perspective of the game than most coaches, from a player, referee and coach standpoint.
Yep.
And I believe that I know my basketball a lot more than other people because I've done many hours of research and I have a bachelor's degree in sports coaching.
Good. And my last question is, have you got any questions for me?
Training time, training hours, how frequently do we train?
We train all day, every day, 24 hours. Yeah, because we want to be the best.
That's good for me.
Have you got any other questions?
How is your PE program? Sports program at the school, as in athletes coming in, scholarship schemes and stuff like that. Are we getting the best athletes coming in?
Well, it's something we're always keen to develop further. We like to think we get the best athletes, but then we never know until we see how they perform. But we've got a strategy to sort of aim to do that, and we're always keen for input from coaches on how we might tackle that in more detail. Okay, good. Right, thank you very much. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Right, I will see you for a minute, and I'll just turn the recording off.